Because here is what most people are never told. Chimpanzees are not gentle cousins of humanity living peacefully in the forest. They are organized, strategic, politically sophisticated hunters that wage coordinated wars, execute rivals with observed doing things to human beings that forensic scientists struggle to describe in clinical language. The image you carry in your head of a chimpanzee, curious, almost childlike, is one of the most misleading impressions in all culture, and we helped build that impression. We dressed them in clothes, put them in commercials, trained them to ride tricycles, and in doing so, accidentally convinced ourselves they were something they are fundamentally not. What they actually are is something evolution spent millions of years perfecting. And what evolution built, when it built the chimpanzee, was something that should command a level of fear we have almost entirely failed to give it. To understand you first have to understand where it lives and what living there demands. The tropical forests of Central and West Africa are not tranquil. They are resource-contested environments where food is seasonal, territory is finite, and survival is not guaranteed, peaceful. It evolved to compete. And over millions of years of that competition, it developed a cognitive and physical toolkit that makes it one of the most formidable animals, pound for pound, that has ever walked the planet. Start with the body. A male chimpanzee stands roughly 1.2 meters tall and weighs between 40 and 60 kilograms. By human standards, that sounds modest. It is not. Studies attempting to quantify chimpanzee strength have consistently found that, in tasks requiring pulling force, chimpanzees outperform adult human males by a factor of between 2 and 5. A 2017 study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found this advantage comes not from larger muscles, but from a fundamental difference in muscle fiber composition. Chimpanzees have a far higher proportion of fast-twitch fibers, the type associated with explosive force output. A chimpanzee is not simply stronger than you. It is built for violence, in a way you are not. Every movement it makes engages muscle systems optimized for speed and power, their entire body weight from a single arm for extended periods. Capable of bending and tearing with a force that human anatomy simply does not produce. Their canine teeth are long, sharp, and used deliberately. They do not bite defensively the way a cornered dog might. They bite strategically, and they know exactly where to bite. Documented attacks on humans are among the most disturbing records in medical and legal history, but no case communicates what a chimpanzee actually is, in the clearest, most irreversible terms, better than what happened in Stamford, Connecticut, on February 16, 2009. Travis was a 90-kilogram chimpanzee who had lived as a domestic companion for 14 years. He slept in a bed. He ate at a table. He drank wine from a glass, used a computer, dressed himself, and could unlock doors throughout the house. His owner, Sandra Harold, described him not as a pet, but as a son. Neighbors knew him by name.
What you need?
This is Sandy here. 221 Road. Rock River Road.
What's the problem?
Send the police.
Unable to adequately describe what they found when they arrived, Travis removed both of Charla Nash's hands. He destroyed her nose, her lips, and both of her eyelids. He tore out her eyes. He attacked her face so systematically that surgeons who later treated her would describe injuries not as wounds, but as the near-complete removal of a human face. Nash survived. She required a full face transplant, one of only a handful ever performed in medical history. The 911 call Sandra Harold made while the attack was happening remains one of the most disturbing audio recordings ever to enter public record.
What's the problem there?
The kids killed my friend.
Travis was not acting from confusion. He was not panicking. He was doing, with complete neurological competence, exactly what a chimpanzee does. This is the detail that never makes it into the headlines. The attacks are not random. They are not frenzied. Across every documented case, in research stations, in sanctuaries, in the villages of Uganda and Guinea, where chimpanzees and humans tested, the targeting is consistent. Face anatomical targets, in the same order, with the same deliberate focus. Surgeons who specialize in treating chimpanzee attack survivors note that the injuries don't look like animal bites. They look like something that knew what it was doing. That quality, the methodical, targeted, purposeful nature of the violence, does not come from instinct in any simple sense. It comes from intelligence, and it is the intelligence of the chimpanzee more than it or its grip strength. Rearrange something fundamental in how you think about this animal. Chimpanzees engage in something that, until Jane Goodall first documented it in the 1960s and 70s, scientists were confident no non-human animal did. They make and use tools, not in a simple reflexive sense. They select specific plant stems for termite fishing, trimming the leaves and testing the flexibility before insertion. They use stone anvils and hammerstones to crack hard-shelled nuts, favored stones from site to site, and teaching the technique to their young across multiple years. They have been observed crafting spears, sharpening branches with their teeth and using them to hunt smaller primates in hollow trees, a behavior that represents multi-step planning directed at killing prey. That cannot be seen. But the most alarming expression of chimpanzee intelligence is not tool use, it is warfare. In the 1970s, Goodall documented what became known as the Gombe Chimpanzee War, a single community in what is now